CaptPlanet again, and today I am reviewing the, guess it's May re-release of the Megaman X D-Artsu from Megaman X and whatnot. Looking at the box, it's all fancy and whatnot, and it's all English. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up with the new lighting setup that we're experimenting. Yay, experimenting. But it's got English and, you know, lightweight, titanium X alloy, whatever that means. And if it reduces damage by 93%, this interior skeleton, why do I always die in the game? Just saying, take a lot of damage. And it's the bluefin release, and the box is Mito Kino, I guess. But we're here to look at the figure Megaman X or Rockman X, depending on where you live, on which side of the world. So, as we all have seen from my reviews, D-Art's quality control is up and down. When I got this guy out of the box, I thought this is how he came in the box, with his arm like that, and then this arm is like that. Everything moved, except for these, his bicep swivels. What had happened is that it looks like paint right here had gotten in the joints and froze them. Hairdryer just, and it took care of that problem. And the only other notable thing is this little tiny chip that nobody can see but me. Oh, there it is. Like the world's, see, I can't even focus on it. There's the world's tiniest little speck right there. And they didn't cut this perfectly right here. So that's very sad for me. But it's completely livable because top of the helmet and whatnot. So, he looks good overall. I like him. This isn't like Konohana thing where I don't like a whole lot of it and it's all janked up, but this looks good. Looks good, like him. Now let's talk articulation. He's got the head with all the emotiveness of emotions. He's got upper torso movement, but like I don't know what the business is with it not wanting to jive. Sorry, I'm just making up words. I mean, it moves up and down great. Twist, turn, not so great. Does okay. Hip, it moves kinda. It's pretty tight. I mean, a lot of the movement's up here, and it moves just fine. It just moves in stiff. It's got some super good articulation in the shoulder region, with it all being movable and whatnot. Oh, and his shoulder pad moves up and down. It's all very exciting and new. Here's where I come to the first problem with this figure. They cover up the joints with these little things. The problem is that they slip off, and they're meant to go on these notches. These are soft, really oily. I don't know what it is. They just attract fingerprints and all types of nasty stuff. But once they lock in, they lock in. It's just they slip off sometimes. But he's got, you know, all the figure art style range movement. He's got arm articulation, a wrist that moves every which way. And then buster arm, same deal. This one stays on a little bit better. I don't know why. His legs, when you look at them, they don't look great. Like, they don't look like they move. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm turning on the light here. Maybe we'll get some better focusing. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, he's all very shiny. If you get the light right on him. His legs don't look like they do a whole lot. Like, they look pretty, static. But they're actually ball jointed. Oh yeah. So you can freaking splay him out. He looks terrible that way. And, you know, it might not go all the way, but you get Mega Man level articulation, which is the important part, and nothing gets broken up too bad on it. His thighs move. The plastic, this blue plastic, it seems so soft, like it's fine, nothing has stopped working properly, and nothing is like super loose. That's because I'm like hardcore flailing this thing. That's probably the loosest leg, but he's got such huge feet it doesn't even matter. It's just, this looks like it would wear down or something and you'd need to tighten it. But we're moving on. We got some knees that also have that same problem. This knee especially, I can't get it to stay in the socket. It doesn't look bad when it's not in the socket, unlike this arm that it looks terrible. But hey, it is what it is. See, this one also moves off. His feet are like, these are the showstoppers right here, alright? So we got these feet. They make them stand. But how do we get some figure arts level articulation? Oh, it's ball jointed, and look, it's got this like, I'm pulling everything out. This is what it is, right here. And it's crazy tight, and it's awesome. Now, I might have to actually repause the video because it actually pegs in like that. And it is super tight. And that is how Mega Man gets some good articulation out of these feet. Now let's see if I can snap it back in. Oh, see, it goes out just as well as it goes in. Or, you know, vice versa or whatever. Let's talk about one thing. I guess we'll do it here. His arms and stuff, they come apart, like, legit. See, like, they come off. First release of this figure, this was a big, huge problem. People said that they just fall off, and they don't... Oh, and that's also how you get these things back on, is that you just pop them in. That these... Oh, my figure face planted. Still looks good. These things would just kind of pop off so crazy easy, and they... were supposedly a pain to get back on. They are a pain to get back on, that is for sure. Easiest way generally is to just... I don't hold by the shoulder pad, I just kind of... Yeah, see, it's a pain. That's not the arm that I want on anyways. So, we'll just move on to the other arm and see if we can't get our look with that one. But they peg in. If you look, it's a rectangle. It's a rectangle. There's a notch. There's a notch. Or there's a protrusion, I guess. And you just kind of press and then bam, it's on. Yeah, they don't fall off at all. Like, I had to throw some weight into pulling these things off. Okay, so let's start looking at accessories. We get another hand, or yeah, it's a hand, we'll call it a hand, for Mega Man here so that we can make sure that this gets on. Okay. Yay, truck in the background. And then you get another fist, for sure. Just so that you can have Mega Man with both of his hands, if you want. Or, you know, you want this hand, and this one's got to be the buster because you're OCD like that or something. I don't know. But moving on, and then you get, in typical D-Arts fashion, you get two pairs of hands. Getting skimped on the hands, these act as splayed hands, molester hands, holding the gun hands, you know, they're hands. And then, as you saw in the back of the box, you get 3 faces. You get like a grr face, and then you get a ah face, and then you get a stoic face. Personally, I like the grr face. I don't know, and ah face is pretty good. There's something about the stern face that it just doesn't look right when you look at it. If you're looking at it from certain angles, it looks like a serious face, but like here, it just looks like, hey guys, what's going on face. I don't like it. But luckily we can change that. This is another thing that I think got fixed for this release, is that the head swap, everybody says that it's so hard. What I do is I just put my thumbs on his cheeks, grab him by his little stupid ear things, and you just push. Pops right out. And then you get to see something of your nightmares. Then you just pull out, and let's find that grr face. Yep, so we just put in our grr face. Just peg here, peg in his face. That is a hand. You can tell that I'm just looking through the camera and I'm not actually looking at where I'm reviewing, because I'm good like that. So, and we just slide on his face, and now we got Megaman. He's like, ah, why? Why is amateur reviewing me? Ah! Okay, I'm done yelling at the camera. I'm sure that that's going to be fun to edit. What other accessories do we have? Okay, so we get super bluster hunk of plastic. It's the charge shot from the game. And you also get kind of a scatter shot type of thing. What's cool about it is that it's posable. So you can have them like kind of shooting in all directions. Now you're probably wondering, this buster has a jewel in it. How do you see this? This is not computing at all. Like this doesn't work at all. Well, that's because you get this part. This is probably my least favorite thing about this figure, is the amount of swapping that needs to be done, and I just dropped everything. This review is coming out real great. But swapping's easy. This comes out really... The first time, I thought that I had to like break it to get it out, but it just comes out now. Not easily, but it goes in and out securely. And you just pop this piece on, and then for this one, there's peg. Okay, I'm not looking. Okay, then you just pegs in. This needs like assistance to be held. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna swap out hands. This might actually be easier to put in with the charge shot in. Always set it like here, because this is like really thin. And I find that you get better support if you got the elbow assisting you in pushing this in, instead of just, it's all on the plastic to get fitted right. Just making sure. Okay. So here's my problem with this thing. Like, X can hold it, but it's pretty brutal on the figure to do this. Like, I can already tell that joints are weakening from this. I would definitely use a stage. See, look, it's going limp. Oh, the joints can also freely move around in this plastic. I don't like that very much. But yeah, as you saw, it was starting to turn down and not really working out too well. So, but luckily, the scatter shot, I'm going to call it the scatter shot. Oh, the scatter shot comes in two pieces. I don't know why. That or my glue, like, came off or something. It just pegs together like this. Scatter shot works a whole lot better. Not too heavy at all. And it gets even easier to... Well, when you pull it out of there, it doesn't do a whole lot of good. Watch as CaptPlanet talks to himself and fudge a whole review. It's like 15 minutes of nonsense. Alright, yeah, so he holds this way better. Hand doesn't struggle. Weight distribution's all over the place, but that's fine. That's fixable. It's jointage, so that looks good. I like that. So I'm going to pose this guy up. I'm not doing the whole video, you know, taking photos. I'm just going to kind of keep this one a little bit casual. Trying something different. You know, instead of having the same old status quo. But we'll pose him up and I'll talk about him. Overall, I think that this figure turned out real well. I was a little bit wary from all the complaints about it. But I think that this re-release is a good buy. I very much like it. Don't be worried about the quality control issues on this, because I'm outside of the normal D-Arts issues. They're pretty much gone. Oh, I guess I didn't show it, but the legs do pull off. I just don't like pulling them off. This is all for the, I guess, Armored X, because there's another version. I forget the name of it, but you can swap their limbs. You can also swap with Zero. But, of course, I'm being incredibly not gentle. Overall, the figure's great looking. I love Mega Man X as a game series and franchise, I guess you'll call it. So, and X is one of the first games that I ever bought from my X4 is one of the first games I ever bought from my PlayStation. So I guess X has a little special place in my heart. And that's what really kind of made this figure worth it to me. But overall, if you're a fan of Mega Man, or even if you think that this guy is cool, just like cool looking, you don't know anything about Mega Man, but like this, I think that this is the Mega Man figure for Mega Man X fans. He has about a $40, $45 price tag on him, and I think that he's worth it. Looks great, poses great, fun to fiddle with, incredibly durable. So yeah. Buy it, see if you like it. I liked it. And thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you want to, share. I'm not too adamant about that type of stuff. If you want me to see, or if you want me to do something different, or you don't like this lighting setup, just tell me, and I'll change it. But we'll see how this works for a few more reviews. But I'll see you guys next time.